So we are using these John Holland Psychic Tarot deck. We will be using 4 cards and then another 4 from the Morgan Greer deck to clarify or extend the answers. Each card will resemble basically a week within the month. And it's not set specifically for time, so there is a little bit of variance that you can allow to play with the energies as well. So Taurians, your first card for January for 2018 is the Universe, a Major Arcana card, number 21, which is the World card. Your second card is another Major Arcana, number 13, Transformation, which is commonly or traditionally known as the Death card. Your third card is another Major Arcana, number 5, the Wisdom, which is the Hierophant. And your fourth card is an Ace, a number 1, Passion Ignited, is the Ace of Wands. So guys, that is a very, very big start to the year. I pulled in some of the stones in the background that are sitting in the front of your reading, namely the Merkaba and also this pyramid, double apex pyramid activity. I was thinking to myself, there is something very strong here for Taurians about spiritual growth. When you get the Universe and Transformation and even the Hierophant all together, this is very much a climactic sort of direction that your life is heading in. So let's start anyhow with the very first card for the first part of 2018 as we walk into January, and you have that magnificent card, the Universe, so commonly called the World. The World often signifies endings and new beginnings. It's the end of a cycle in your life, and how amazingly empowering for you guys that it has turned up as the first card for the first month of a brand new year. I'm sort of saying to people within these readings that there is a great deal of empowerment that's coming through the messages, and if you tune into it and allow yourself to sort of soar up in the galactic spaces and connecting with your spirit essence, you will find that there is immense newness coming to so many of us on the planet. A lot of this has to do with alignment of the planets and how they are also working into our astrological or horoscope type energies as well. So the Universe talks to us that there could have been a whole cycle in your life nearing completion. This can be things like going through schooling and finishing a degree and university and moving into a job realm. This could be things like finishing off a career and moving into retirement. It can be also finishing long-run projects that you have been working on, whether they have been artistic or creative projects that are coming to a close, which may be now due for publication or moving into the public realm. This can also be personal at a deep level to do with relationships. Some of you could have found that relationships are moving into a cycle of endings. This can even be sometimes when there are people who literally do leave your life and pass over into spirit world. So some of you may find that there could have been in the last few months people who have left your life, and you are finding that this is creating new directions and new thoughts and paradigms within your own life. So it's a powerful card. I think it's a beautiful card. It talks always about new beginnings and that you have learned a lot and you are ready to face these new challenges in life with your knowledge and expertise. It can also literally suggest that some of you are going on an overseas trip and travelling the world or many places in the world, or to somewhere very distant to where you normally live. You might be doing it with a group of people, or you may even meet people overseas who become very firm, fond friends for life. Some of whom could be foreigners and don't even speak the same language as you, but these people can become very close, bonded friendships and even new romantic partners. So, as you can see, it's a very powerful way to start the year. There's a lot of in-depth personal meaning behind each of these cards. that will be relative for you at individual levels. I can't go into all of that here in a general reading. It would just take too long. But let's see what the card is going to be that turns up underneath the universe as an extender. So just shuffling now for Taurians for the first week roughly of the new month, of the new year, to see what the extension card is going to be for the universe. And it is the Knight of Rods. Now sometimes the Knight of Rods does represent new people coming into your life. This can be like a partner, a love relationship, someone who fills us with excitement and admiration and even sexual chemistry and heightens our awareness of this person. They can be a fire sign energy. Often they're known as coming in with great energy and gusto and, you know, really revving things up and saying stuff like, hey, let's go on a world trip, let's see the world together and find out what there is about life. And you rush off with this person and do all this stuff, and then just as quickly they can sometimes be gone again. So they're not often heralded as a necessarily long-term thing, but what they do is they just excite such passion into our lives. They get us going. So there's no doubt at the beginning of this year with this Universe card and the Knight of Rods, there's this firing up of ideas, of creative ability, of passion, of moving forward. So it's a great combination. So if he's not actually a person, it is this energy that's coming for you, looking into the future and thinking, wow, what are my new opportunities? What are my passions? What are my dreams? And what am I going to do with it all? So amazing start, Taurians. We come to the next card and it's transformation, number 13, which is death. And I like the word transformation far more than the traditional tarot word. This is all about, again, endings and new beginnings. So you have got a double whammy with the messages at the beginning of the month. They are really strongly telling you that something in your life is coming to the end of a cycle and you are about to start something new. Usually when the major arcanas are telling us that, they are quite deeply profound and rather large events. Now the death card can often turn up again when we see things such as personal relationships coming to an end and beginning of something new. It can also herald a time when you are moving out of a 9-year cycle in your life and into this new beginning. It can really represent your health patterns as well. So for people who might have been in a glitchy health stage for the last 9 years, this could be changing. It could be becoming more positive. This could just be literally it's a karmic event and it's time for that to move on, or it could even be by your own choice and you are making changes in your personal life about diet or exercise or how you're managing your health. So there are a lot of variables within the card, but it always tells us that we are ready to jump into newness with new beginnings. So I think this is a very powerful message for you guys for this first month. Let's see what your connecting card is. Just shuffling here for Taurians for the second week for the transformation clarification. Well, 2 have come out here, so we will take them both and put them under there. It is the 8 of Wands, another fire sign energy, that's the creativity and the passion, and also another major arcana card, the Magician, which is number 1, and we have number 1 over here, and we're in the first month. So again, the number 1 is really strongly being thrown here in your reading. Number 1, of course, is all about new beginnings. So we now have 3 wands coming through. There's a wand there. These are wands as well. So these are creative, passionate energies that are coming. Now the 8 of Wands can also traditionally mean travel. and air travel, so often by plane. So there's 2 references to travel in your cards here. I feel as though a lot of you could be doing some form of travel in or around January, or either side of the beginning of or end of January. The other thing that the 8 of Wands can represent is a new relationship coming in, and it can be sudden and unexpected. So it can be very, again, this passionate, fiery, like, whoa, where did this come from? I'm finding this very exciting, and I'm really inspired by these people or this person or this energy or this direction my life is taking. And then, you know, a double whammy, the Magician on top of it. It's like you're being offered so many opportunities and so much at a very high spiritual soul journey level. There must be something for Taurians in this year of 2018 about growth and exponential learning and understanding and knowing and knowledge. You know, oftentimes we don't get so many major arcanas coming out, but in this reading that I'm doing for everyone, I've seen quite a few turn up, which really balances the understanding and the philosophies that a new year always brings in new encouragement, a new vibrational frequency with the number changeover of the year. Your own personal year number changes as well as we step into the new year. So the Magician just talks to you yet again about opportunities, moments of magic in all areas of your life, relationships, love, travel, career, money, finances, health. It just goes on and on. You have to be on the lookout for it, and you have to be ready to get on the bus when it comes by the stop. You know, be ready for the action. Let's move into this 3rd week, and we see number 5, the Wisdom card, which is the Hierophant. I hadn't mentioned it yet, but there is an eclipse on the 31st of January. It's the first of our eclipses for the year. It's very early in the year, so this will have an effect for a lot of us. It's a lunar eclipse, and I see here the sun, you know, just absolutely beaming away. Or is it the moon, and that's the sun down there? Either way, there's some sort of eclipsed energy behind that book that he's holding. The Hierophant is often talked about as knowing great ecclesiastical wisdom, so sort of spiritual and physical wisdom and knowledge of the ages. He is at a point in his life where he has learnt so much, which is what we've been telling you about in these 3 cards, these 2, that you are able to journey forward with much more faith and self-awareness and self-empowerment. So leaving things behind such as doubt or worry or anxiety, because you're working from knowledge, not second guessing it, not, you know, disconnected or discombobulated with your own inner answers and your own true feelings. You're becoming much more aware of the knowledge that you have that will lead you in the right direction. So the Hierophant card can also be associated with churches and religions. Some of you may be affiliated with this as the new year comes into its being. Some of you may attend events at churches, or you may be reinstigating a religious belief system and furthering your knowledge in that as well. Let's see what the extender card is for the Wisdom card. It just, you know, blowing me away. It's a powerful month. I'm really thrilled that the Powerhouse cards are turning up for the reading, because I hope it makes us all sit up and listen and be a little bit more connected about being able to take our own role in our lives and where we're headed. So the Justice card is very much another major arcana. So you now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and an ace. So it's really big the way it's all coming together. The Justice card is also known as a karmic card, and it often comes when there is a turn in the karmic cycles, and it says usually that justice is coming around for you in a positive way. Now, if there have been issues in the past, like relationship issues or legal issues or things going on in businesses or employment contracts where there might have been you on the losing end or not being fairly represented or not having the ability to have mediation, this should be changing. There should be some form of contractual written documentation. And I also put the blue stones out here thinking of communication, and I'm thinking now these two here go very well with communication, and especially legal communication. So some sort of documents that may be signed. This could either be in the form of a prosecution of some sort, whether you are attending court or a law, and you are either part of it or it is against you or for you. Either way, it should come out quite well, but I feel as though there's some form of written documentation that's making a statement, and it could be someone reading out, yes, we have agreed to the following and this is happening and you have been signed off from it, or yes, we accept your participation in this role and you are being given credit for it, or yes, you have finally been annulled of a marriage, or yes, you've been given custody of children. It's something along those lines. It's feeling very legal at the moment in this column. And I think too that might be why the wisdom is here. He may be not just your own wisdom, which is growing, but he may be the wisdom of a court adjudicator or a lawyer or an accountant or a taxation officer. So the Justice card often also represents going to court. So the two of them are marrying up a little bit here. Usually, as I say, it's in your favour. So if any of you have any reason to be attending a court, or there are issues with the law in one way or another, it feels as though there's movement coming, there's activity, there is communication, there will be a hearing of some sort, and it hopefully will go positively your way. Because when we move into the fourth week, we see passion ignited, this ace, more of these amazing wand energies, these fire sign, passionate, creative energies. Now, in this card here, she holds a flame of light right up across her heart. So she's very passionately energized at the heart level. So this can be love. So we talked about new love or new feelings of love with a lot within your relationship. It's just been popping up. It doesn't have to be romantic. Remember, this can be friend love or family love or sibling love, anything. It could be the birth of something new, even like a child for some of you, or the conception of a child. This is quite a fertile card. She is actually in ecstasy and bliss there. So there is also the feeling of heightened awareness of this, what I've talked about a little bit before with you guys, of some sort of spiritual attainment or bliss. That's why I put the Merkaba in here and this as well. These are both structural gem crystals that talk about the Merkaba, the ascension vehicle for our souls, for the fact that we grow to higher levels of spiritual awareness and we activate them. So there's a degree of activation in this card, and I think it's been coming as the month has progressed, and it will continue for you as the year progresses as well. So the Merkaba is also about the crystalline frequencies and the flower of life essence energies, the DNA activation and those type of codes as well. So it's a pretty, as I say, in-depth reading going on here. There's a lot of stuff in the background, but I think it's all fairly positive, and it's taking you into 2018 at a really passionate, creative, spiritual, energetic level. Let's see what the last card for the reading is. For the fourth one, for the passion ignited. Well, guys, kaboom! You've got another major arcana, and it's the Judgment card. It's like you've brought out the heavy ones, you've brought out the big masters. It feels like there are ascended masters or something in this room. You've got so much happening at this background level. It's almost like some of you might not even be the same person at the end of this year coming, or you may not even be in the same place. Now this could be literally or physiologically. There could be movement at all levels. You might shift. You might change career in particular. Some of you might start a business. Some of you are going to become very creative, and you are going to hear things, and you are going to communicate things. This Judgment card again is just so much anchoring these two up here. It's saying, what have I been doing? Is it the right thing for me? Am I moving in the right direction? Do I have the right people in my life? Have I made the right choices? And more often than not, the Judgment card tells us, actually, I think I could make some changes. I think I know where there's a better direction in life. I know where there's more to offer. It doesn't have to mean there's a whole world of stuff breaking up. It just means that you are awakening up, and that you are aware of so many more potential opportunities in your life. So oftentimes with the Judgment card, I think of hearing too. Some of you may have hearing issues, ringing in your ears. You may have periods of not being able to hear properly. You could get water in the ears, or you might need your ears drained at the doctor's. But that's sort of just a side effect anyhow of the overall message of the card. So really big, powerful reading. Again, Taurians, I think you should be really thrilled with what's come out. It started off powerful. The two crystalline stones, which I pulled in up at the top, gave me that inference it was going to be a big one. The turnout of the cards has proven it. It's just like, booyah, whoo, bring on 2018. Come back and watch it as many times as you like, because every time you see the cards, you're energized with them, you're energized with their deeper meanings and their vibrational frequencies, and also the messages that have come in the reading. So thank you all for joining me. It's a powerhouse way to begin 2018. This is a big year coming, and there is going to be a lot going on. Make no mistake of that. So you guys start the year off climbing up the ladder pretty quickly. Thanks for leaving your comments and subbing and liking, and I wish you all a wonderful, magnificent January, and may the rest of the year follow suit. Much love, everyone.